LA is on fire.
Apocalyptic scenes, tens of thousands on the run as homes and buildings burn to the ground.
I mean, this is what's so crazy. If you can't even see the sun, it is completely blacked out.
January 2025. Flames exploded across the hills of Los Angeles, racing faster than the wind that fueled them. Entire neighborhoods lit up like matchsticks as the firestorm devoured everything in its path. The blaze had no warning, no mercy, spreading with a relentless speed that left both residents and authorities scrambling in chaos. Thousands of homes, businesses, and memories were reduced to ash in a matter of days. Entire communities were left fractured, forced to flee with nothing but the clothes on their backs as the flames carved a path of destruction deeper into the heart of the city. If you want to dig deeper into this disastrous event, stay tuned with us. We are going to uncover the science behind LA fires.
Flames are up about 30, 40 feet high, and you hear pop, 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 sound like a war zone.
Several wildfires struck in quick succession in the Pacific Palisades, Pasadena, the San Fernando Valley, Beverly Hills.
On January 7, 2025, multiple wildfires erupted in Los Angeles, causing widespread devastation. By Tuesday night, devastating wildfires had erupted in northern Los Angeles, with more fires spreading by Wednesday. One of the largest fires, the Palisades Fire, was first reported at 10:30 a.m. local time on Tuesday. By the afternoon, it rapidly escalated, engulfing the areas between Santa Monica and Malibu. By midnight, the blaze had consumed nearly 3,000 acres, destroying numerous homes and buildings. By Wednesday night, it had grown to an alarming 16,000 acres, with at least 30,000 people ordered to evacuate. The extent of the damage is still being assessed as the situation continues to evolve. Meanwhile, the Eaton fire ignited in Altadena, located in the hills above Pasadena, around 6:30 p.m. local time on Tuesday. Within the first 6 hours, the fire had already spread across 1,000 acres. By Wednesday night, it had expanded to over 10,000 acres, resulting in at least 5 confirmed fatalities. The Hearst fire broke out just north of San Fernando around 10:10 p.m. on Tuesday. Within hours, it grew to 850 acres, prompting evacuation orders in neighboring Santa Clarita. The Woodley fire, which began in Woodley Park on Wednesday morning at approximately 6:15 a.m., has since been fully contained by fire crews. The Olivos fire erupted in Ventura County, northwest of Los Angeles, and consumed about 11 acres before being contained. The League of Fire, which ignited around 2 p.m. on Wednesday in the Mount Miss Acton area north of Los Angeles, rapidly grew to nearly 350 acres. By 9 p.m., the fire was 40% contained. Lastly, the Sunset Fire broke out around 6 p.m. in the Hollywood Hills, a residential area overlooking historic Hollywood. As of now, the fire spans about 50 acres, and a mandatory evacuation order remains in effect for the affected residents.
More than 12,000 structures have been damaged or destroyed, and new evacuation orders were issued overnight. At least 8 states and 2 countries, Canada and now Mexico, pitching in to help fight the fires.
Collectively, the fires have claimed at least 25 lives, destroyed over 12,000 structures, and led to the evacuation of 88,000 residents, with 84,800 more under potential evacuation orders. As of now, over 8,500 firefighters are battling the blazes amid challenging conditions. As high winds persist, the disaster raised immediate questions. What triggered such a catastrophic event? Was this just a freak natural event, or were deeper factors at play? Why unexpected? Los Angeles sits in a unique and often volatile environment. Known for its dry Mediterranean climate, LA has long been vulnerable to wildfires, especially in the dense, parched vegetation that surrounds the city. The region is prone to dry spells, which make the landscape highly combustible. Wildfires in California aren't uncommon, but the scale and ferocity of the blaze that tore through LA was on another level. The 2020 fires were severe, and the 2018 Woolsey fire devastated parts of Malibu, but no fire had ever spread so ferociously during a typically dormant season. As firestorms tore through the city, the images of entire neighborhoods turning to ash and smoke filled the airwaves. This fire struck when no one expected it, well outside the typical wildfire season, and the city was caught off guard. Wildfires typically peak in the late summer and fall when dry conditions, high winds, and high temperatures fuel the flames. However, this firestorm erupted during a time when the region was not prepared for such catastrophic events, highlighting the growing unpredictability of wildfire seasons due to climate change. This new reality raises urgent questions about how prepared LA really is for future fires and whether the city can adapt to this increasing threat. How the fire started. Coming to the most important question. How did the fire start?
A lot of climate impact predictions have erred on the side of least drama. It's hard for even scientists to wrap our heads around how everything is changing right now on planet Earth. No matter where you look, the indicators, when spring comes, how hot the winter is, habitats that are moving, ice that's melting. Everywhere you look in the Earth system, including, of course, ocean temperatures and land surface temperatures, you're just on this trend towards a hotter planet and all the impacts that are associated with it.
Scientists have claimed that the Los Angeles fires can be a result of changing climate. Friction ignition is a lesser-known but crucial process that can trigger wildfires, especially in areas with dry vegetation like Los Angeles. This phenomenon occurs when branches, twigs, or other dry plant materials rub against each other with enough force to generate heat. In dry conditions, this heat can be sufficient to create sparks or embers, which then ignite the surrounding dry vegetation, sparking a wildfire. While it may sound like a rare event, friction ignition is more common than you might think, especially during high wind conditions or extreme droughts. Los Angeles, with its Mediterranean climate, is particularly vulnerable to friction ignition. The region experiences long, hot summers and short, mild winters, leading to an abundance of dry vegetation during the peak of the fire season. The city's surrounding areas, including hills, canyons, and forests, are filled with brush and shrubs that dry out rapidly, making them highly susceptible to ignition. Southern California recently experienced an exceptionally hot summer with almost no rainfall during what should now be the wet season. Fire chiefs describe the combination of low humidity, dry soil, and strong winds as creating some of the worst fire conditions imaginable. Once the fire started, it was supercharged by fierce dry winds blowing in from the northeast. These winds, known as the Santa Ana winds, accelerate as they hit the mountainous terrain around Los Angeles.
Firefighters had just hours of relief because overnight, those Santa Ana winds picked up yet again, raising concerns that the wildfires could grow and more homes could be threatened.
The Santa Ana winds also drastically reduce humidity levels, drying out the land and making it more flammable. With wind speeds reaching up to 60 miles per hour, these conditions are so extreme that firefighting planes have been unable to take off. When high winds, like the Santa Ana winds, sweep through these areas, they can cause branches and dry plants to rub together, increasing the likelihood of friction ignition. As these winds picked up speed, they didn't just spread flames. They likely intensified the friction between dry plant material, turning an already dangerous situation into an uncontrollable blaze. This combination of factors has created a dire situation for thousands of Los Angeles residents, many of whom have been forced to flee their homes. During the Los Angeles fires of 2025, friction ignition could have been a contributing factor. The combination of dry conditions, low humidity, and strong winds created an environment where even the smallest spark could set off a raging fire. This type of ignition is particularly dangerous in urban wildland interfaces, where homes and infrastructure are often situated near dense brush, heightening the potential for rapid fire spread. Unfortunately, Los Angeles had the ideal landscape. Other theories and aftermath. As with many large-scale disasters, the 2025 Los Angeles wildfires sparked several conspiracy theories about their origin. While authorities and experts attribute the fires primarily to natural causes exacerbated by climate change, some individuals have proposed alternative explanations.
How the f*** does that even happen?
Is it on purpose?
One Hollywood star is floating possibilities of his own.
But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
One of the most common conspiracy theories was that the fires were intentionally set as part of a massive arson campaign. Some suggested that groups with political motives, seeking to advance climate change narratives or promote eco-terrorism, might have deliberately started the fires to draw attention to their cause. Another theory that gained traction was that these fires could have been a deliberate move to facilitate real estate development, especially in high-demand areas like Malibu and Santa Monica. Finally, some speculated that the fires were a result of foreign sabotage, pointing to a larger narrative of geopolitical conflicts and accusations of attacks on infrastructure. While these theories have been widely debunked by experts, the sheer scale of the devastation and the speed at which the fire spread certainly left many wondering. Do you think that there could be an unseen hand behind these catastrophic events? Mention in the comments section below. As we've seen, the 2025 wildfires in Los Angeles have revealed just how devastating and unpredictable these natural disasters can be. But with the right strategies, technology, and community action, there's hope for a safer future. If you found this video informative and want to stay up to date on the latest developments in wildfire prevention and firefighting innovation, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss out on our in-depth coverage of events like these and more. Stay safe, stay informed, and thank you for watching.